The next story, Bernie Sanders has dropped out of the Democratic presidential race and has endorsed Joe Biden. Half the states didn't get an opportunity to vote, showing how at every turn the American election system is not democratic at all.
This country is so screwed up, man.
But the thing is, think back to the beginning of the election. Bernie was killing it at the beginning. And I'm not convinced that Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada just happen to be the most liberal states. Obviously, people don't vote because it's like, oh, I'm the most left, so I'm going to vote for the most left candidate. Or I'm center left, so I'm going to vote for the center candidate. Regular people don't conceive of politics that way, and that's exactly why Joe Biden won. People didn't care enough to be ideologically committed to one candidate. They had other reasons. The main reasons that seem obvious to me are the mainstream media was constantly hammering in Joe Biden is most electable. Joe Biden is most electable. And they also really de-emphasized when Bernie did good at the beginning and completely overemphasized when Joe Biden did good in South Carolina. Obviously, there's also the Pete Buttigieg.
Salsa and ranch is ranch, but if somebody's going to mix them up, I'm not above dipping a tortilla chip in that and enjoying the mix of flavors.
And Amy Klobuchar.
Hey, Donald Trump, the science is on my side, and I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard.
Dropping out, which helped Joe Biden immensely. And I guess all that we can learn from this, because there's a lot of implications, is the state has many structures that they can easily mobilize in order to control the vote.
I'm sorry, but I vote to evict you, Marcellus.
But more people are also gaining a wider understanding of what the Democratic Party even is and how it even functions. For example, we should learn from Bernie's defeat that the Democratic Party isn't a party as it's conventionally conceived. It's a semi-state apparatus, and it functions as an electoral platform. It doesn't represent the core interests of a core group of people. The party doesn't elect a leader. It doesn't adhere to a party platform, etc. It is just a giant semi-state apparatus that offers a platform to become elected.
Authoritarians who want to control us so that they can have us silenced.
Because of that, we have to understand the Democratic Party the same way we understand state institutions. To use an example that strikes close to home for Western capitalists and is so ingrained into our society that we know exactly it's familiar to us, the Communist Party of China is an organ of the state in China. In the same way, the Democratic and obviously Republican Party are as embedded in the structural power structures of the United States as the CPC is to China.
You're on the left. You're on the left. You're on the left. You're on the left. You're on the left.
It's the gulag for you. And when we conceptualize parties this way, I think it might be more tactical and easy to strategize about how to take them on.
Let me say your truths. Let's go. You want to tango? Let's tango. Chrissy trying to blow up my game. She's going to get ready for war in a second.
At the 1968 Democratic Convention, the Democratic Party needed to use the police, the repressive state apparatus, to come in and beat the rioters.
What you want? What you want?
In the 2020 primary, the Democratic Party used the ideological state apparatus to depress, scare, and browbeat voters into Joe Biden.
Wait. You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
Neoliberalism is exceptionally good at using the media to do what used to be done by the police and military. I'm not exactly sure why, but just unmitigated, unregulated free trade really props itself up well with propaganda, very effectively. It reminds me of the movie Vice, where Dick Cheney is vice president, and he brings in his former boss and coworker, Donald Rumsfeld. Rumsfeld talks about how he's going to be, I don't even remember, antagonistic to the public about something, say some, dicky ass remark or something, and Dick Cheney basically says, no, we have the media now to do that for us.
One nation controlled by the media.
Another example is in the show Succession. If you haven't seen it, it's on HBO. It's really good. The show follows a media company similar to Fox News, but if Fox News also owned amusement parks and cruise ships, etc. On Succession, the oldest son runs for president as a libertarian.
And what is Aleppo?
He makes a campaign video saying he would rather be arrested than pay his taxes.
Another day, another dollar, huh, Norm? 50 cents after taxes.
The dad, the owner of the company, is infuriated and tells him that they can't be talking about taxes because they already have arrangements, basically implying that you really don't want to talk about taxes openly because it'll just piss off the poors, and we already have such an amazing deal that, shut up.
Shut up, bitch!
I'm getting off track here, but the point is, the ideological apparatus under neoliberalism has taken on duties that their oppressive apparatus formerly had.
Duty. Diarrhea. Hey, Lois.
What?
Diarrhea.
Pete, I'm holding iced tea.
And I'm not really sure what to do about it either. I mean, I have some general ideas. I might think about it more and get back to you on the next podcast. I'm not sure. But for now, in terms of dealing with Bernie Sanders' loss, people are looking for what to do now. And like I said, I don't really know. But here's what I'll say about it for now. I think people are getting too far ahead of themselves by thinking about what to do or what not to do. The left is much less likely to gain even less power than it was before Bernie dropped out. That means, we don't really have much leverage. The left basically has no power.
I might come back with some special power.
That means we need to continue building the left in the background while mainstream politics fixate their attention on the general election. By that I mean it's too early for the left to talk about what not to do because we don't have enough power to pick and choose. People should do anything. Anything that they see is helpful for a left cause.
I do anything just to hold you in my arms.
We should focus on building the left and not discourage people from doing it. To be more specific, this seems to come up when there's people with more of a centralist perspective. They want a singular mass movement to rise up together, centralize the movement. And I'm certainly more of that myself. In my socialist vision, I want a centralized government that is massive, societally wide, equal, fair, distributive economic system. I want a singular mass movement to rise up as well. I'm not an anarchist in that way. I'm not a libertarian in any sense of the word. I mean, I am on social issues, but I'm not a libertarian in the sense that libertarian socialists want to break up society into, syndicalists, communes, or I'm not very good with anarchist stuff, I'll be completely honest, but they want a decentralized society. I want a centralized society. And despite all this, I feel like it's a terrible idea to browbeat people and discourage them from organizing in decentralized, kumbaya type of dull, ineffective community outreach type, macaroni sculpture, community macaroni sculpture get together. You get the idea, like these hippy dippy, anarchist type things that don't really change anything.
This is the deal.
I don't mean to pass judgment on them. I think people should be doing those things. Anything to grow the left right now is good. It can become a more organized movement when it has more things to organize and more power.
I might come back with some special power.
I hope I didn't offend anyone by demeaning the kumbaya type stuff, but I just don't think that's fundamental, a fundamental element for changing society. But at the same time, I want people to do that, not because it's fundamental for changing society, but because it's what left-wing people, some of them, want to do. And they should just do it.
Just do it!
We should incentivize a world where the left is more broad than just a handful of little pockets in society. It should touch everything in society. And while I don't have any answers about what to do, I just don't think it's helpful to tell people this or that thing is wrong. Let people grow the way they think is best, and when some of them don't work, we can go from there. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, it is basically a completely new start for the leftist movement in the U.S. Now that there's absolutely zero chance that Bernie Sanders will ever be president.